Tax the rich, huh? That's the big brain solution that these politicians keep selling you. Soak the billionaires, and suddenly your groceries get cheaper, your kids' school stops sucking, and the roads ain't got big potholes big enough to swallow everybody's car, and everything's fixed. I call bullshit on that. It's the laziest con in politics nowadays. They point at the guy with the jet and say he's the reason you're struggling, while the same clowns in DC have been treating your taxes like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet for 30 damn years. And and the average man working, the one busting his ass, paying his bills, trying to keep a roof over his head is supposed to nod along like this is gonna save him. Like this is the ultimate plan right here. And it's just lazy. They need to come up with better solutions. But here's the truth. They don't want you saying out loud. We don't have a money problem in this country. By all means, we don't. We are beyond rich as a country. What we have is a massive spending problem, an out of control drunk sailor on a payday spending problem. Last year, the Fed spent over $7 trillion while bringing in about $5 trillion with a T. And that's not capitalism. That's a $2 trillion deficit. Our debt is pushing 40 trillion. And every year the watchdogs come out and say, hey, by the way, we kind of misplaced our dollars or got scanned out of another 160 plus billion in improper payments. Things happens, but that's real money, guys. That's your money gone. Medicare, Medicaid, unemployment fraud, the usual suspects. Cumulative trillions since the early 2000s. This is a systemic problem that's been going on for ages. And these guys, these politicians, are the geniuses you're supposed to hand more cash to so they can fix everything. Yeah, so taxing the rich won't do shit if they can't manage the money correctly. And don't give me that just tax the rich more fairy tale like they're gonna sit there and take it. These people got options. The rich got options, the rest of us don't. Their wealth isn't a factory bolted to one zip code anymore for the most part. It's usually stocks, code ideas, crypto. Companies, they can move anywhere. They can go to Switzerland, they could go to Japan, they could go to Dubai. And look at what's happening, the grand overall picture. High tax states are bleeding people and businesses, and they're moving to places like Florida and Texas like it's a fire drill. Billionaires and headquarters are packing up. They're heading south. You raise the rate too high or make the environment too hostile for business, and the money doesn't stick around to get taxed. It leaves. And who gets left holding the bag, guys? Not the freaking rich guy with the private plane and the yacht. It's you. You, okay? You out there. All right? And it gets me pissed, okay? Because we're out here sending 80 billion a year overseas, guys, to places I can't even say, or else my account will get banned. And we're sending it to places that burn our flag and can't keep their lights on, while American cities got tent cities, vets waiting on care, and infrastructure that looks like it lost a war with time. And the cultural nonsense and all the BS. Yeah, we don't need government-funded gay Sesame Street on the taxpayer dime. We don't need slush funds or grants turning video games into little propaganda machines pushing every lifestyle checkbox under the sun. We don't need programs so poorly structured you can't even track where the waste or the fraud are leaking out from. No, we don't, guys. That's not governance. That's ideological hobby shopping with your money while they tell you the real problem is some rich MF who already pays a huge chunk of the income taxes in this country, okay? So I don't want to hear that nonsense. Don't listen to that, because that's weak and that's a cop-out. Because the truth is, these politicians got lobbyists dumping over $5 billion last year alone just to buy influence. $5 billion would it be to bend the system toward their consortiums and not the regular people's interests, okay? And we're supposed to believe more tax revenue is the answer before we even fix that? Before we even demand real transparency on every dollar that special interests spend to own a piece of the process? Hell no. No, not at all. I'm not against making the ultra wealthy, The ones clearly making 50 million plus kick in a little extra if it's done right. 2, 3, 5% more. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's cool. But that's not the root of the problem. You do that after you fix the spending addiction, after you plug the leaks and totally get rid of all these politicians and make it impossible for them to spend your money and waste it in the way that they do. After you put special interests under a spotlight so bright they can't hide what they're buying, after you stop treating the federal budget like a bottomless piñata for connected insiders and foreign adventures while people are footing the bill, getting crumbs and lectures. Yeah, that's what we need to do, because here's what the average individual knows in their gut. You can't fix a leaky bucket by pouring more water into it. You fix the holes, you stop the waste, you get the priorities straight. America and its people first. The rich can move, the money can move. The clowns in charge, they've shown, okay, for decades, they'll just spend whatever you give them and come back asking for more. So stop falling for the oldest trick in the book. Tax the rich all you want, but if you don't fix the spending, that is the key right there. If you don't fix the spending problem, the special interests, and the lack of accountability first, all you're doing is feeding the same monster that's already eating your future. Wake up, demand better, or keep getting exactly what you've been getting this whole time.